to show you how to make box joints on AutoCAD. I thought, even though we're going to start with something a little simpler, I thought it'd be good to give you guys all a demonstration on what box joints actually look like. So what I'm going to do to start is I'm going to make a 3x3 box. So I'm going to hit 3, 3. That's how I make my box, and you can see that it's in my engraving field. I'm actually going to change that. The computer might be a little slow, so give me just a second. Come on. What are you doing? I can change it here. That is just fine. Great. So, the kind of box that I want you guys to make, I'm going to have you make a 3x3 box with an open lid. So, I want to lay out how that box would actually look if you took the pieces apart and sort of laid them out on the table. So, when you make a box with an open lid, you're going to need 5 rectangles in total. So I'm going to use my copy command to make 5 rectangles. Let's start from this base point. I'll put one here. I'll put one here. I'll put one down here. And one over here. And then I'm going to hit enter. Now, this is just my own preference, but I'm going to move these with my move command from this point here, just so everything lines up really nicely. And I think you'll understand why in a second. Excellent. Okay. So when you have box joints, what you're actually doing is you're subtracting a little piece of one of the sides, and it corresponds with a piece that you haven't subtracted on the other side. That might not make much sense, but let me explain to you a little bit further. So, I'm going to assume that with this material I am using 1/8 inch plywood. Now, I know that 1/8 of an inch translates to 125 as a decimal. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start at this corner, and I'm going to make a little box that is, the distance or the length of it is 1 inch. And then the width of it is going to be 0.125. Enter. So you can see I have that little box right here, and I'm still in my engraving field. What a pain. I'm switching it to my, not my raster, my vector cut, and I'm going to make my vector cut layer my active layer. So I have this piece right here, and I'm going to cut that out. Now, I am just going to go ahead and actually copy this box a bunch of times. I could even do something like this, where I mirror my box. So my first point in the mirror line is my center point right here. Enter. And now just try to imagine if we subtracted these two boxes right here, and I was left with this little slot that comes out jutting forward. Now, to make the other side of that box actually fit in, I'd have to subtract it from the other side. So I'm going to take this box right here, and I'm going to move it down. So now if I drag this further away, you just have to picture I subtract these two pieces and this piece and see what I'm left with. So let's actually do that. I'm going to go ahead and trim on my object. So I'm going to trim this, whoop, trim this, and I have to trim it twice because there's two boxes there. There's my first one, and there's the other one that I just made. Great. So now you see that I have this little piece that's going to fit in to my other piece. So I'm going to join that up with my join command. And I'm going to do the same here. Join. Great. Now, here comes the more frustrating part. We're going to have to do that on every single side. So, you might be saying, what a pain. Well, we can actually use a couple of commands that I've shown you to make this easier than you might think. So here's how I'm going to start with that. I'm going to actually undo a couple things that I just did. Now I'm left with the boxes I already had here, and I'm actually going to undo it again so I can move it right where I want it. I am going to take this box and I am going to array polar. Now watch this. I'm going to specify the center point of my array, and I want it to be the center of my box. So I hit geometric center right there, and then I don't want this many items. So I'm going to go down here. Item 6, no, I only want 4. Look at that. Enter. Now, if I subtract all these pieces and I make all of my other pieces of the box look like the one I had up here, I will have something that I can work with for box joints. Now, I want to make it as easy as possible, like I said, for myself. So what I'm going to do is take this box that I haven't touched yet, and I'm going to move it. Or actually, you know what? I'm going to rotate it. Even though all sides are the same, I can rotate it and just bring it on up here. So these are going to be matching side to side, right? Yeah. So if they're going to be matching side to side, let's see what we could do there. Okay? So let's say, well, let's think. Okay. So I know that this is going to be subtracted here. So I'm actually going to make a little box like I had before. And I'm going to subtract a bit there, and I'm going to make my length like before. I'm going to make it -125 because I want it to go backwards, actually. Comma. I'm going to make this part of the box 1 inch. Perfect. So it's going to subtract that. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to copy it. What do you know? I'm going to put one here. And I'm going to copy it again. And I'm going to put one right here. Excellent. Now, I think, oops. It's a little hard to tell when you look at it and nothing's cut out yet. But I want this to be really simple for me. So I'm going to do this on the other side too. Oop. And then I kind of want to make this permanent for myself, so I am going to trim this time. I am going to take the pieces away that I meant to subtract, because if I look at them here in my document, I can actually make sure that what I'm doing in subtracting these pieces actually works, so that what I'm building actually fits together, and we can check that by rotating everything around. Now I'm hitting enter. Okay. I'm going to join this up. As you could see there, I was missing one little line. Oof. Wait. Do I need to make a new line? Maybe so. Well, that's okay. I'm going to move this just a teeny bit over. And if I got rid of one of my lines, that's okay. I can easily make another line. Excellent. And then I'm just going to go nuts and join that together. Fab. So if I've got these sides subtracted, and I know these sides will be sticking out, if I rotate it here, rotate, mirror this. Move all this and subtract all of this. Or trim, rather. I don't know why I said subtract. Trim, trim, trim. Oh my gosh, my other line was still there. The one that I wanted, but it's okay. So many lines. That's all right. Nice. Excellent. Okay. So now look. I have a finished piece for this. And you know what else? This will make up 2 of my pieces. So I can go ahead and mirror this over to the other side. Make it a straight line. Ah! No, no, no. Silly, silly mirror. Get rid of this box that I have because I don't need it. Cool. Great. So the last step is finishing up this box right here. So I'm going to move that. I'm going to move it from the center to the center, as you can see here. And I'm going to cut out what I need to cut out with the same distance, 0.125, comma, 1. So it's on the wrong side. That's okay. That's kind of what I suspected. I'm going to take this, mirror it. Whoops. Now, how did that happen? Whatever, we'll fix it. Ah! And you may be saying to yourself, Miss P, this is a lot of steps. How are we going to make this happening? Happening, I said. Well, with practice and a little hack that you can use where you just repeat a bunch of pieces. So I'm going to join them together. I'm going to take this and these, and I'm going to trim those as well. Trim, trim, trim. Oh, can't trim this object because it's an array. Oh my gosh. Little tip. In AutoCAD, you have to explode arrays so they're not just one group. Now it's like not. Okay, yeah, great. So now we're going to trim. Whoops. I'm going to take this, move it, because I don't actually need it anymore, because I already made the one I need. Trim, trim, trim. Awesome. Now look at what we have here. I've got this piece that fits perfectly in here. I've got this piece that if I rotate an easy 90 degrees. Oh no! What's this little line? Can I delete it? Yes. If I rotate it and move it, you can see here, oh my gosh, there's another extra line that I'll delete. That matches up too. Lastly, it's the same piece, but if I rotate it, base point, we'll put it right here, 90 degrees. Oh, I did the 90 degrees the way I didn't want it to, but that's okay. Actually, you know what? Now I'm forced to rotate it negative 90 degrees. Great. You can see this matches up right here. And because our box is 3 by 3. Oh my goodness. We can just copy this piece that we have on the left here. And with that, we can make a perfect box, if you can dare believe it. And you just better, because that's what we're going to do. So there you have it. That's how you make box joints. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.